welcome to episode 13 of my Very Veggie Legacy Challenge. As you can see, we have here Petal Seedling, all aged up to a teen. So apologies for not capturing that on screen, her birthday. I put her into Cass and promptly my brain froze. I was trying to record it in real time as I was editing her, and I started going into outfits and such, and it was just torture because I had forgotten that for her generation she dresses as an eggplant at all times. For the rules it said as a young adult, but I decided to put her as a teen in the eggplant costume. So she's stinky, but let's go into Cass to show you what she looks like. So I struggled a little bit. Maybe struggle is too. That's a little dramatic. I'm a kissing book author. Of course, I'm into drama, but I kind of debated how I would showcase her body. Because as you know, Petal is, I'm playing her as a trans woman. And I want to be, respectful of that, obviously, and at the same time, a little bit realistic. Oh, shoot, I didn't do full edit mode, so you can't see. I did make her pronouns she, her, of course, and the system reminded me of that when the system was calling Petal he, him, and in some of the notifications, and I was like, what the what? So while I did give Petal a feminine appearance, I didn't make her fully female at this time. So if I were to take this eggplant costume off, you would see a male body, kind of like but with a very feminine face and slender frame, kind of like you would see with that one mermaid. If you have the island pack, I think there's a mermaid called Paka'a or something like that, and he has a very slender male frame and a very feminine face, but that sim goes by he, him, I believe. The Petal is a she, her, so we will move along her transition as she ages. She's a teen right now, so I thought that this was the best representation. So here she is. I went with, the lovely nails here to go with the shoes. Formal. She's very committed to the eggplant and the shoes because she likes comfort, but she's a girly girl. She likes comfort, but at the same time, I am terrible at this sort of thing. So I thought it was just, easier. I would have loved to put her in some dresses and things because I wanted to make her very girly girl, but that's that. So this is her sleepwear. Oh my gosh. Very committed. This is party wear. We get a little bit of, the stockings here, give it a little fun. And swim, you guessed it. Swim is all about the eggplant. And hot weather, yep, still eggplant. You are really muscular, girl. She's supposed to, I think, max out the fitness, so this tracks. And this is the winter, and I hope she doesn't freeze. I think there's some things I can add here that would keep her warm. Like I could put gloves on her, but none of the gloves really looked good of the ones that I have. But I think if I put a hat on her, maybe that would help. I don't know. I'm hoping that she doesn't freeze in this. So we'll see how that goes. So as you know, or maybe you don't know, the eggplant generation, she has to be a villainous Valentine. And her eventual traits will be evil, romantic, and bro. So I gave her evil and romantic right now. Her aspiration is villainous Valentine. Obviously, I think I just said that. Career is romance consultant. And so there's some additional rules. They have to wear the eggplant costume for every outfit. They have to grow eggplants. They have to become a nectar connoisseur and maintain the nectar cellar. Now, I assumed that meant maxing out the nectar skill, because you don't become a nectar connoisseur through the aspiration. Um, but I'm happy to do the aspiration too, because why not? You have to max the romance, fitness, nectar making, and dancing skills. So this is what we're gonna do with our lovely Petal. She's just entered high school, and I have kind of learned the secret to speed running high school, and I'll share it here. And this is nothing like, I don't know, maybe there are websites that tell you the official way to do this, but this is my unofficial way. So, loading screen time, so much fun. I could tell you while the loading screen is happening, I had to go get my ears cleaned out today. If you've never had that done, it's kind of gross, but satisfying. Anyway, I can hear a lot better now. So, yeah. Oh, why do we always go back to Fern? So, speaking of Fern, I am done playing her. So, she is on her own. She's managing her own needs. She's managing, all this stuff. If you look at her somology, she has some benefit characteristics, for instance. So, as you gain satisfaction points, your sim can purchase perks, right? And I feel like if I'm doing a challenge like this, it's a little bit cheaty to have some of the perks. But now that she is done, she's played her part, I gave her some of the perks to make her life easy. So first of all, I gave her a steel bladder. So she's not going to have to go to the bathroom that often, if at all. I made her a savant, so she's going to learn her skills a lot faster. And I made her a speed cleaner. That way she can kind of help keep things clean around here maybe, and just do her thing. How many points does she have now? I could give her something else. Maybe I will later. But she's pretty much on her own. She's doing her own thing. And that's that. And eventually she will move to, as my parents used to say, the back 40. The back 40 acres here. It's not 40 acres, but she's going to eventually have a little house out here, and that's where she'll just, chillax and do her thing. As you can see, maybe from this tree here, we are in autumn. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, go take care of your shower, my friend. We are in autumn, so the trees are starting to change here. I also made a cellar because part of Petal's generation, she has to have a cellar. So I did this cellar underneath the store. Petal is feeling so good. So she started to make a couple of bottles. I thought this was kind of cool. I locked this for Petal, so only Petal can get in. And I locked the store for Petal only. We'll just leave that going. I don't care. So once Petal gets out of the teen side of things, I got to figure out if I need to, if the store gets put in her name or if it's with the household. I don't know how that's done. You know what I mean? So, oh my gosh, what is all this stuff out here? What the heck? What is this? There's a random... Okay, just go to bed, Petal. It's late. There's a random upgrade part and then a pile of trash. I don't even know. And there's no food for the cat. Oh my gosh. So I've tried to pick up all of the child and toddler stuff, but obviously you'll see some items back here, these sorts of things. Although adults can use these little pools and adults can use all of this, I'm just leaving it there because I feel like, why move it? Eventually Petal's going to have a child and we'll need to have... Oh, it got broken. Oh my gosh. Somebody needs to fix that. And so eventually, all this stuff will be needed. I did update Petal's room to reflect, that she's a teenager now. So she's got another trans flag here with some cute decor. She has her little palm print. Does it change? Oh, it doesn't say boy or girl. I really like that. There's a heart, like this little light, another flag. She's got a lava lamp. She's got her computer and desk, and this is locked, so only she can use it. So as I was saying, when it comes to Too many unbalanced meals. Yeah, we've been eating a lot of cake in here because we had some birthdays kind of back to back. Um, Take care of business, girl. Um, so as I was saying, you can kind of speed run high school, and the way that you can do that is if you notice. So high school, first I think it tells you, get one skill to level 2, which is pretty easy, and then obviously you do the homework. What I do is I've noticed that number one, if you have the lot trait good schools on, that helps. It also helps if you do the extra credit on their book. So, like, there will be, obviously, she did our homework and she did her extra credit, but if you click on this at a certain point, there'll be the option for extra credit. Why is there a piece of cake in your, I don't know what's going on here. Let's just, yeah, put that there. This is funny. She's picking that up. Good. So go to the bathroom, my friend. Oh, it's only 5 in the morning. I am so sorry, Petal. Oh, geez. I'm terrible. So, oh, she gotta go. I should have given her slippers. That would have been cute. Maybe I'll do that later. I'll give her some slippers. I'm gonna have her mom make something, cook something. No, don't go. No, no. Cook. Don't go. Oh my gosh. This is so frustrating. All right, make a salad, my friend. Actually, let's take this out. Do we have the makings for, the makings for vegetable dumplings? Let's do some salad. Yeah, go do that. Go do that. Yes, go do that. What does this say? Shampoo and eyes. Oh no. So if you get, I've noticed that if you get high school students, if you get like at least 4 skills, 3 level 3 or higher, then they'll have the option for early graduation, which I love. And I've gotten it done as fast as 5 sim days, where like they start on a Monday, and then by like Saturday morning they're able to do graduate early, which is great, because once they graduate early, then they're able to go to college if that's what you want to do. Or in this case, for Petal, what I'll do is simply age her up. Now, what's she upset about? Shared sadness with her mom. Why do you refuse to sit at the table, Petal? Why do you refuse to sit at the table? She has the unhappy infant trait. I'm just so upset about that, because quite frankly, she was a pretty difficult baby. So anyway, I found that you can really speed run it and then move on to whatever else it is you want. Petal has school. Oh shoot, I forgot about that. As I sit here yapping about, I can make them go fast. I found that like if they get the after school projects, like that can help, but really doing the extra credit that comes with the notebook is the most important, and getting those not grades, but those skills up. So if you have, like I said, I've noticed like the sweet spot is like 4 skills at level 3 and higher, and then you'll have that option, and you just have to keep checking. What I do is like I obsessively check here on the computer. You just go to, if it opens up, if the menu opens up, if you go to high school, and then you can see an option for graduate early. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, so that's where we are with this. I'm hoping that this can kind of move along nicely, and once she graduates from high school, I'm probably going to leave her as a teen at least for a couple of weeks. I'm not going to age her up like right away, because then I'm going to have her go to, there we go, I'm going to have her interact with a lot of teens and like get them, help use them to complete her villainous Valentine, like get caught cheating and stuff like that. And then when she ages up, she can then, of course, have, romantic interactions with adults or young adults and adults, and then she'll be able to break up couples and have, all sorts of fun like that. So it's interesting. I've never played the Villainous Valentine. I usually play like really, nice Sims. But it's neat to try something different, and I really like that the Legacy Challenge is kind of forcing me to try some new things. So anyway, while Fern sits here, doing her thing, I've been obviously getting ready for my book, which is oh gosh, it's only $1. My book, which is coming out June 27th, so super excited about that. Updating the cover and double checking everything. Although there always seem to be like little last minute things that kind of little last minute snafus sometimes. But it's exciting. Really excited to see what everybody thinks about it. And just a reminder that the book is on Kindle Unlimited. And I understand like not everybody is able, in this environment to, buy a book or to have Kindle Unlimited. But if you want ways to support authors, particularly indie authors like myself, who, without having to spend any money, there are some really great ways to do that. And number one, you can follow them on social media, watch their posts, like their posts, subscribe to any kind of channels or, like here on YouTube or newsletters. There's, you can ask your local library to carry their books. I'm always happy to either donate a set of my books to a library or work with libraries to have my books made available. So lots of ways to support the indie author community and authors and creatives in general that don't cost you anything other than, your time, which I appreciate. But with that, this poor gal. Maybe you should call up your woohoo partner and have like a little, I was going to say afternoon delight, but it would be morning delight. Poor Fern. She's like, I'm not loved anymore. We love you, Fern, and we're letting you just, live your best life. If I wanted her to live her best life, maybe I would take the high maintenance trait off for her. That might be something to do, because I try to do, like, for instance, the bath soaks and stuff like that, and she doesn't seem to like really care about that so much. I'm gonna give her a rose petal bath soak, maybe that'll help her out. Anyway, as I was saying, lots of ways to support authors without spending a dime, and just to let you know that we all appreciate you, and go read a book. Bye.